I'm feeling under the weather. My husband has been ill. Oh gosh, I think it hit him on Sunday. And you know, just the change of the weather, the elements. He's always outdoors, and yeah. So whatever he had, it's passing on to us. And then last night, Sarah joined us. She joined us with her little boogies and things. It was running around in the cold during her soccer game. She felt really tight, so we just started immediately when we got home to start a regimen for her to help her kick it as quickly as possible. And so this is what I'm doing, and this always helps me. And within 48 hours, if not less, within 24 hours, I pretty much kick whatever it is I'm fighting. I think it helps too, just to kind of throw a disclaimer out there that we take our vitamins every single day. And there's so many things in there that help with immune support. So if you're not tapping into our lifelong vitality, friends, get there. It's a money back guarantee. So if you don't like it, doTERRA will send you your money back. But I have yet to come across anyone that has tried it that says, oh, this doesn't work for me. So I encourage you to do that, because I really do believe that that is foundational, and it has helped us tremendously in keeping us really healthy. So this is what I'm doing, friends. This is what I'm doing. So I have this little empty bottle, well, not quite empty anymore, of Siberian fir. And inside this bottle, I add a lot of oils in here, and I call it my COVID buster. And I'm sure that's not compliant, and I don't really care because it works for me. Let me let Angela in. It works for me, and it has worked every single time that we use it. I have shared this with others, and it has also helped them too. I know that just last week, I did share this with my future son-in-law because he was feeling under the weather, and he actually was, he actually did test positive for that nasty thing. But once we started him with oils, he really started improving. So in my empty bottle of Siberian fir, I add a lot of oils in here, and I'm happy to share those with you if you send me a message or a text. And all I do is this. I fill up a veggie capsule with these oils, and I take this, especially like within the first 24 hours that I'm feeling really badly. I take it like every 2 or 3 hours. And then I do that for the first couple of days. And by the third day, I'm really not symptomatic. So it really helps me a lot. So the other thing that I'm doing right now is my tea. So I came across this fabulous lady that has a store here. It's her store is called Healing Arts, and I absolutely love her teas. They're very flavorful, but they're also very effective. So this tea that I'm drinking right now is a detox tea. So this has burdock, dandelion, peppermint, red clover blossoms, licorice root, yellow dock root, and ginger root. Everything to just help and support my liver right now, because, you know, taking extra oils, taking extra supplements, it could wreak havoc. So I'm also flushing out those metabolites as my body fights off what is trying to take it over. So I really love this. And inside my tea, I also add an On Guard drop. This just really, these are wonderful. If you don't have these, get them. They're so much better than any over-the-counter cough drop you can buy. It has On Guard in there, of course, and it's so soothing to the throat. We've already gone through our breathe drops, so that definitely needs to get added to my order. But yes, this right here, I put one inside my tea, and then the heat from the water just really, dissolves it nicely. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. And I actually woke up this morning, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this today. Have you ever felt so badly that your hair hurts, your scalp hurts? That's what I felt this morning. And I'm standing in the hot shower, and it just feels so soothing. But I was just like, oh my gosh, there's something really going on here, because it hurts. I touch my head and it hurts. But anyway, so please do your best to stay healthy. Wash your hands. Take your On Guard daily. It is so important to take one of these, especially when you're feeling under the weather. So we are adding these to our daily stuff. And then diffuse. I have my diffuser going. It usually goes 24 hours a day anyway, but I changed it up this morning to include On Guard, Breathe, Litzy, and Tea Tree. I usually just do On Guard, Breathe, and AirX, but you know, having some sick people here, and AirX is part of my blend here. I used the last of it yesterday morning, so coming up with something new, and it's working. I feel better. So thank you so much for joining. If you're new to our space, I'm Romelia, and I want to welcome Angela for joining us live. And I'll do my best to keep track of the chat. I'm not very good at that, and I don't apologize for it. It's just not something that, you know, I click, especially today, because I still have some brain fog up here that I'm working through. But anyway, today we're going to talk about clove. It's one of my absolute favorite oils for fall. Only because I use it in all of my baking and cooking, and then throughout the year, I just kind of really like it, like in our teas, in our chais, our lattes. It just has a really nice, flavor. So I'll try not to burp out loud for you. I'm telling you, it's going to be a day for me for sure. I think I'm going to just go and fall asleep after. All right, so let me get there. Do have my presentation ready for you. And I really do love clove, you guys. It really is a wonderful essential oil. And I always love when doTERRA gives us this one for free. Sometimes, not very often, it shows up in our BOGOs, and that's a good time to stock up too. But clove, I have lots of stories to tell you about clove. And I really do hope that you take advantage of getting yours this month. So at a glance, let me hide this right here. So clove has been used for many years before, you know, before our current era. In a lot of dental preparations, you can find it flavoring gum and candy. And it's really popular because it has the ability to cleanse the mouth. Clove itself is incredibly super as an antioxidant. So like today, as I'm fighting this stuff, my On Guard that I'm using, the On Guard drops, and then the On Guard within my blend, this has clove in it. So I don't need to add additional clove because I get plenty from this. But if you don't have On Guard and you're feeling, you know, a little funky, put a couple of drops of clove in a veggie capsule, and it's really going to help support your immune system. It's just a wonderful antioxidant, and there's a lot of scientific research that shows clove is an amazing support for cardiovascular health. A lot of these articles you can find online through Google Scholar, and you can just put on there like research clove essential oil and you know, hit return, and you're going to see a plethora of articles that are specifically on this type of essential oil. Now, it's not doTERRA's research, I do want to say that, but it is, it does give you a lot of information. We have another person coming in. So sourcing story. Now, if you're in our Facebook group, I shared a video with you that's called The Pursuit. And it is really eye-opening of what's going on in the world when it comes to essential oils. It's very easy to adulterate essential oils because you can create those synthetic compounds that are so close to the isomers of the original compounds that it doesn't get picked up. I mean, unless you really have some high quality, highly sensitive equipment. But this is one of the oils that is by far one of the most adulterated oils in the world. And I'm going to tell you why. But let me first tell you that we source with and partner with local farmers because these guys are, you know, they're living in villages outside of the city, and it takes a lot for them to take their product, their harvested product, and take it to a distillery. And so because of that, once you harvest the clove, it has a tendency to spoil. And just think about it. You've already invested all of these resources and energy into producing this beautiful crop, and you're not able to, get a return on it. So a lot of these traders, a lot of these middlemen go and just hit up all of the small farms outside of the area, outside of the cities that they know harvest clove or harvest other types of essential oils like vetiver. Vetiver is grown in Madagascar too. And they really just take advantage of them because the farmers feel pressured to buy. They don't have the resources to get their supply into the markets, into town. So they really are at the mercy, quote unquote, of the traders, of the middlemen. So they're being swindled. These middlemen are buying their product at very, below cost. And they're taking it to the market, and they're doubling the prices. So they're really making a lot of money on these poor farmers. So what I really appreciate about doTERRA, and I've shared this with you guys before, it's the #1 reason that my family uses these oils, because they work with the farmers. Okay, there's little access in Madagascar for testing essential oils. You really have to take your product all the way into the capital so that you can get some good quality data for that. Most people that buy, the oils from these trademen or from, the markets, they don't know what they're getting until they actually get the product and they realize that, hey, this doesn't work. So it's not surprising that because this is a huge market, that it's one of the easiest ones to create adulterated essential oils, to make synthetic ones that smell like an original, like a natural, but really don't behave in that way. So clove comes from this beautiful tree, and it can be steam distilled from 3 different parts of the plant. You can get clove oil from the buds, those pretty reddish yellow ones. Once they are mature, they become this red color. The other parts, you can get them from the stems and from the leaves. So they pretty much, depending, whatever part you're distilling the essential oil from, it has the same chemical constituents. What changes is the concentration of those chemical constituents. So clove is really, popular and revered for its eugenol acetate concentration. And this particular chemical compound is at its highest concentration when you steam distill it from the bud. So again, there's little access to chemical testing in Madagascar. So these poor guys are at the mercy of people who are willing to travel, 25 miles, 30 miles over to their villages and buy their supplies. But because, we partner with small farmers in that area, we have a lot of control. And I'm not using that in a negative way. I'm using that in a way of providing the education, providing the resources, so that we know the quality of the essential oil as it's coming from the source. And once we're testing it there at the source and ensuring that the environment and soil and plants are at their highest peak, are at their highest quality, they're not using pesticides on these things. We can ensure those kind of things by partnering with these farmers. And then it gets taken to the doTERRA plants and the distilleries, and actually all types of tests are run. The really challenging thing is that, I mentioned it earlier, is that eugenol acetate is really easy to synthesize, and it's also very hard to detect on certain tests. That's why doTERRA runs a gamut of tests on their essential oils. So the chemical composition, I mentioned already the eugenol. Pardon me, I'm so sorry. I told you, I'm not well today. So eugenol has all of these amazing properties here. The source that I used for this information comes from this book, Modern Essentials. And I really like this book because it's more like a textbook rather than a quick reference guide. So it gives you some scientific research behind oils, where you can go and find them. So it's a really great place for, geeks like me who really love the science behind the essential oils. So you can see that there's so many amazing properties within clove. as a result of that high concentration of eugenol. So our essential oil is steam distilled from the bud, again, because it has the highest concentration of that eugenol in there. The other chemical composition that you'll find in there is beta-caryophyllene. Now, we've talked about this chemical composition quite often, mostly when we talk about copaiba, because that's really what copaiba is about, right? It's about this amazing chemical composition that helps with our nervous system, that supports the cardiovascular system, your digestion, your immune system. So it's really something that you'll find in many essential oils. It's just not in that high concentration like we would find with our copaiba, but it still provides benefits when you find it here in clove. And it's really great for pain because of that beta-caryophyllene in there. And it's really great for your nervous system. So there's 3 different ways to use this. And just as a reminder, these are solely for doTERRA essential oils. I do not use other oils. I don't know about other oils. I don't really care about other oils. I feel confident giving these oils to my children, to my husband, to my dog, to my friends, to my customers. So just for the record, this is not for any other oil. These are solely for these beautiful doTERRA products. Now, aromatically, you can do this by putting oils into a diffuser, like I have going on right now. You can inhale it directly from the bottle, just removing the cap and taking a deep breath in. This is my superpower blend. Or you can put a drop in your hands. I'm going to put breathe because I really need to open up right now. You can put a drop in your hands, rub your hands together, and then take a deep breath. Oh, I feel that way up here, way back here, and way back here. I needed this. I apologize for the phlegm, though, that I know is sure to follow because it's opening me up. So I also just like to take whatever I have just inhaled from my hands and just rub it on my neck and in my shoulders, never letting any good oil go to waste. So these are 3 of my favorite diffuser blends. I absolutely love the Foggy Morning. It is by far my favorite of these 3. I love the way cypress smells with clove. And then I love the way peppermint smells with cypress. So this is a really beautiful blend. You can just put this in if you're taking a slow morning, put it in there. If you're going to read, do some self-development, this is a beautiful blend for that. I also like By the Fire because I am a huge fan of black spruce. This by far has been one of my top 20, not maybe top 10, because I just absolutely love it. I wish they would sell it in a 15 ml bottle rather than the little ones, because we go through that little, well, I go through that little bottle quite quickly because I absolutely love it. It's very calming to me. But this smells really lovely with the cinnamon and the clove. And then the other one, pairing clove with a citrus just kind of does something different to the, to the effects that you're feeling. It's going to lift that brain fog. It's going to really help to just energize you, motivate you. So that's a good one if you have to get up and go in the morning. I like to put drops into my hot shower, do steamers. I like to do that with any of the citrus oils if I need to get up in the morning. Clove and wild orange in my shower is just awesome. Clove, lime, and eucalyptus is just freaking amazing. So those are just some different ways to use clove aromatically. Topically, this is considered a hot oil. So if you're going to use it on your skin, make sure you dilute it with a carrier oil, or like here with this hand and body lotion. That is by far like one of the easiest. If you're not into DIY, just take, the hand and body lotion from doTERRA. It's not scented, so it's going to absorb the aroma of whatever essential oil you have. And then you could use that to massage muscles, massage backs, maybe if you're feeling a little tension, or maybe you need a boost with your immune system. You can just massage it up and down the spine or put it on the bottoms of your feet. So make sure that you're using a carrier oil with it because it is a hot oil. And if you're very sensitive already to things, this may prove like, I never should have touched it, but just be cautious always. And then the eugenol that's in clove is a natural insect repellent. So if you have a DIY one that you use, you can add some clove to that. If you have TerraShield, you can just add a couple of drops to your TerraShield bottle. You can diffuse this if you're sitting outdoors and you have some pesky bugs there. You can just use that. So I love it topically for tension. This is a really nice blend in that it really doesn't have an overpowering scent for me. The lemon and the wild orange is just going to open you up, right? It's going to open up your cells to be receptive to the oils. The cedarwood's going to ground you, and then clove's going to go in and start working on that healthy inflammatory response. So it's really easy to do. You can just put this in, find one of your empty bottles, add your drops to it, fill it up with fractionated coconut oil or grapeseed oil. And then I put grapeseed in here because that one does have its own antioxidant properties. But just put it in here, fill it up with the carrier oil, and then you're good to go for any time that you need some kind of massage blend. Make sure, I didn't do that with mine, but make sure that you put a label on it. Let's see, do I have one here with it? Oh, I do have one with the label. See, I'll cover the name, but just put a label on it so that you know what's in there and it's not Siberian fur, right? Yeah, and it just makes it really easy, especially if you're like on the go and you're headed to the gym, and carry that with you. You can use it before and after you work out. It's just really going to improve the circulation in that area. So internally, back to, this is only for doTERRA essential oils. If your bottle has supplement facts on the label, that means it is safe to use internally. The recommended use for internal is 1 drop to 4 ounces of liquid. So that's just what is recommended. I know whenever I take my veggie capsules, I have way more oil than that. And that's okay, because that works for me. It works for my family. We've been using these for an incredibly long time. But if you're just getting started with using essential oils internally, start with 1, see how you feel. And then as you need more support, maybe add another drop. So maybe 2 drops in the morning if you're looking to support cardiovascular health. If you're looking to support your immune system, one drop in that. Or, you can do the blend like I had suggested to, and then maybe put 1 or 2 drops of that. So another awesome way that we use clove, and I mentioned this probably in last week's video, is we use it for anything oral, whether it's a toothache, a sore gum, a canker sore. My oldest had her wisdom teeth extracted, and clove oil was the absolute best thing for her. She just put it directly onto the gums, and it provided so much support for her. So that is an awesome way to use clove, definitely for canker sores. Now it's going to burn. So if you're not comfortable with that, put a couple of drops in some water and gargle with it and swish it around your mouth. You'll still get the benefits from the clove oil. I absolutely love to cook with my oils. And this one right here, this pumpkin cookie recipe is by far one of my favorites for fall. It is so tasty, so fragrant. Anytime that I have made these, they just disappear. There isn't any left over for maybe lunches the next day. These are just gone. I've taken these to potlucks. I've taken these to gifts for friends. And just, it's so great to put in a care package, but these are really easy to make. And they are just so delicious. So here's the recipe for that. You can screenshot it, or you can pick it up from the Clove ebook. So you can download that, head over to that link there, and it just gives you 25 ways, 25 uses for clove essential oil. I'm a firm believer that if you're into oils, you need to know how to use them, right? The bottles are pretty. Yeah, I mean, this is so pretty, but it doesn't serve you if it's on the shelf or if it's still in the box. And if you're sitting there with unopened oils in a box, you need to call me so that I can go over and show you how to use them. These are nature's best tools for any of your health needs, and they are so supportive, so easy, and doTERRAs are tested over and over and over again so that we know that they're pure. We know that if we take the, I don't know if you can see it, I'm going to zoom in. See that little code down at the bottom? If you go to source to you can get all the test results for this bottle right here of On Guard. So I absolutely love that transparency. I love the ethical practice, and I love that they're effective. You know, I don't have to, my husband did stay home from work because he was just wiped out, but we didn't have to make a doctor's appointment, so there was no copay there. We didn't have to pick up any scripts to help with whatever it is that we're fighting, so we didn't have a copay there. We haven't purchased anything over the counter, so we didn't have any, out-of-pocket money there. We didn't have to drive anywhere, so I saved my gas. So they really are the best way to take care of yourself. Now, granted, I know that there are times that we can't do it here at home, but man, wouldn't it be awesome to be able to try something first that's natural, effective, powerful before you make that next step, before you take that step? You know, it's amazing what these oils can do for you when you know how to use them. And when you have me as your wellness advocate to kind of guide you, and also a guidebook. I know with all of our new customers, this may not be the book that you've received, but you do get a reference guide, because I just feel like it's really important for you to know what your oils do for you. You may buy an oil like Clove for, I think I want to try it for, for my gums. I need healthier gums. Maybe you got something going on in there. You'll find out that there are at least 5, 6, 7 other ways to use that oil. So it's not going to go to waste if you know how to use them. So for current wholesale members, you can get a free bottle of Clove this month when you place a 125 PV order by November 15th. This is a perk of being a member, you guys. It's a perk of using your oils. You get points, you get free shipping, you get free oils. I mean, come on, if you're not tapping into it, I don't know what else to tell you. And, if you haven't ordered in a while, there is a promotion going on right now that you can get a free bottle of Breathe. Now, we all need Breathe for these cold months. It is by far one of the most used oils in my house. This one definitely is in my top 5 because of our, our health concerns here at home with my son. And this is just in our diffuser throughout all the cold months. So it's really lovely, and you can get a free one. And if you don't have a wholesale account, you can get a free one if your order is 125 PV. And any 100 PV order is going to get you free shipping, and you get free shipping points with that. So double whammy, double score. So 25% off your price for 1 year. If you've been around for a while and you're, doTERRA is your first choice for healthcare in your home, you're getting up to 30% back of every single purchase. This is how I get my oils for free. I don't want to cough up $100 for frankincense or $200, $300 for rose or Melissa. I don't want to do that. I'd rather use my money, to pay for our supplements and our personal care products for here at home. So I use the points that I get to get our oils for free. So it's just a really great way to take care of your family, take care of your home. There's always ongoing education, whether it's something like this online and I'm sharing with you, or if it's in our newsletter and there's some information there, or if there's something else that somebody else has done. Always, there are experts that in other areas that's not my scope of education or knowledge. So I am happy to share resources with you guys. And just in case you haven't seen it, haven't heard, we do have a MetaPower system. This focuses on resetting your metabolic health. So, so many people are experiencing these awesome, beautiful side benefits from this, not negative benefits, side benefits. People's lives are being transformed. If you haven't tapped into it, you want some more information, please comment below the video or send me a message. I'm happy to share with you information. And there's some more resources for you. You can screenshot that and head over to those links so that you can get some more information. But I'm happy to have a conversation with you about it. It is such an exciting time right now, especially for people who have tried everything and nothing seems to be working. This seems to be a very valid and viable solution for sleep, for overall metabolic health, of course, but sleep and pain and stress and all of these things that are being accompanied that are part of our metabolic health. It's foundational. So those are just some areas that you can, some resources for you. And then some of our upcoming sessions, we do have some essential fall recipes next month, just some of the ones that I use at our holiday tables. It's evolved. You know, there are some things that I've tried that just like, okay, my family didn't eat that very well, so I'm never going to make it again, to I make something and it's gone, like those pumpkin cookies. So I'll be sharing those recipes with you. We won't have a session November 23rd because it is a holiday. And starting November 30th, we're going to do a 5-week series on the 5 pillars of metabolic health. So you'll see there that metabolic health really has 5 areas that, you know, play a significant role in our overall health and wellness. So we're just going to tackle these one at a time and give you some resources, give you some recipes, give you some ideas, give you some encouragement and support for those of you that are already using our MetaPower system. But you know, that's one piece of it. Okay, the MetaPower system is one piece of this. This is truly a lifestyle choice, and don't be scared with that word. You know, lifestyle is just a fancy word to, you know, what you eat every day or how much you move every day. All right, so don't get turned off, don't get scared. I'll promise I'll be gentle. Here's the way that you can stay connected with us. If you don't receive our newsletter already, sorry, you can go over to that link and register for it. Or if you're not a member of our Facebook group already, I really do put a lot of information and recipes in there so that you can just go in there and Google something that you're interested in, and you'd be surprised. You know, I've had that, I don't know how long I've had that group going, but there is tons of information there. And if you can't find it there, I know how to get it for you. I know where to direct you, at least for other resources. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to exit this and stop sharing. And yeah, oh good, I made it, even with the muted part in the beginning. So my last tips for you, just because of what my family is dealing with right now, and because my scalp hurt this morning when I woke up, make sure you're drinking water. That's going to flush all those toxins out of your system. Add some citrus oils to that water, whether it's orange, lemon, grapefruit. Grapefruit by far is my absolute favorite oil to add when I am feeling just because it helps with that detoxification process. And get some sleep. I'm definitely going to head back to bed now. And then get outside and move. You know, you're so welcome, Angela. Thank you so much for joining. Get outside and move. We need vitamin D. We need to be outdoors, even when the elements are at their worst. Just bundle up, wear layers, but at least try to get 15, 20 hours of outside, you know, sunlight. And if you can't get there, get to a window and allow the sunlight in, okay? We really do need that. So thank you guys for joining. And again, if you have any questions, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you for joining, Dee. And yeah, if you have any questions, post them below the video, reach out to me, send me an email, however, whatever you're comfortable doing. I'm even happy to jump on a Zoom with you if you want to go into a little bit more personal deep dive on some things, all right? So thank you guys. You have an awesome Wednesday, and we'll see you next week. Peace.